You wanna do something Monday nighter? I've got something for you, hold tighter. It's a show that's unpredictable and fast, and improvised by the cast. Monday Night Improv. Monday Night Improv. Sing it, Monday Night Improv. Monday Night Improv.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Improv. Please welcome your host for this week. It is Will Nami!
Shit the bed, I'm here. Hello, motherfuckers. Welcome to Monday Night Improv. I have stepped in as host this week. It's me, Will Nami, aka David Tennant, if you bought him off Wish, aka the disappointing love child of Harry Potter and Ed Miliband, aka if Louis Theroux was badly rendered on the PlayStation 2. Welcome. If you've never been to the show before, it is improvised comedy bronze, based entirely on your suggestions. But don't worry, it's not just me sitting here looking like an accountant who just cashed in a £30 gift card from Next. We have a panel of top comics tonight, working seamlessly together like a well-lubed, oily comedy machine. Get it up for you. So let's introduce them. Before we do that, though, we have the invisible voice of James on tech here with us, supporting from behind the scenes. Hello, James.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Me and James are now going to have 10 seconds of organized banter. James,
Yes.
Would you rather live in a vending machine or be a vending machine?
Oh, I'd like to live in the vending machine, absolutely.
That's 10 seconds. Good. Excellent banter. Let's meet the panel. First up, ladies, gentlemen, and friends. He is like if Ralph the dog from the Muppets shagged an abandoned coal mine. He puts the Gary into Gary Dobson. It's Gary Dobson. And the crowd goes mild. There he is.
Hello, Will. Did you say Ralph the dog?
Ralph the dog. Rolf the dog.
Rolf.
I went to private school. It's different.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. Up next, he's what you get if you took the voice of Eddie Izzard and puts it inside a mighty bison formed of hair, Guinness, and contempt for the general public. He puts the stew into Stu Murphy. It's Stu Murphy.
Hey! Nothing but contempt for the general public. Away with you. Away with you. Come back and watch the show, and then away with you.
There's Stu's catchphrase. Good. Up next, she's a totally normal woman with a totally normal voice, who definitely doesn't roam the beaches of Shetland shooting beached whales with a big gun. She puts the Maya-Lane into Maya-Lane Robertson. It's Maya-Lane Robertson.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, Billy.
It's me. Yes, Billy Nami. Good chat. And finally, we have a special guest star. He's a small boy with a big dream. A peroxide tinted with an impressive collection of hats and wigs. He puts the Neil into Neil Bratchpiece. It's Neil Bratchpiece. Hooray!
Hooray!
Little did you know that Tintin has aged into Captain Haddock.
There he is. What a hairy shipment.
Blistering blue barnacles.
So, folks, if you've never seen the show before, the entire show is based on your suggestions. We'll be coming to you throughout the show for suggestions to base this improvised comedy madness on. So wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Bebo.com, hit us up in the comments with your suggestions. For our first game, we are going to need a suggestion of an everyday activity, such as mowing the lawn, making coffee, or punching a gazelle. So comment now with your suggestions of an everyday activity as we dive straight into our first game. This is called What Are You Doing? One of us will start miming an action. The next person will ask, what are you doing? The first person will then say an alternative interpretation of that mime. Next person will begin that new mime and will continue passing on different mimes and interpretations until the game crescendos into an explosion of comedy or until we become collectively bored. James, do we have any suggestions of comments for activities that you might do on an everyday basis?
We have milking an emu.
That old chestnut.
Yes, cooking a whole salmon on croûte.
Wow, my middle-class brethren are in the building. This is amazing. Excellent. Somebody else went to private school.
Tickling a starfish.
Done that.
Haunting the postman.
Good. I like that one. Any more?
We have making fart noises using an ostrich egg. Tonguing a battery.
Yeah, again, that's old chestnut.
Yeah.
Good.
Pushing your hemorrhoids back in.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. All these are so evocative. I like all of these. Directing Die Hard. God, that's good. All these are amazing.
Is that meant to be sparrows or sorrows?
Sparrows.
Die Hard but with sorrows, or is it Saucy
Yeah.
Note?
I quite like directing Die Hard, but with sorrow. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
let's do that. I'll tell you
moving,
what.
Terrorists
moving
have
romantic
taken
drama
over
directed by
Nakatomi Plaza.
David Lean.
Yeah.
Terrorists have taken over Nakatomi Plaza, but John McClane is in the grips of depression. He can't bother to save anyone.
I have a
Well-
machine gun. Oh.
I have a machine gun
I,
and
for
no
one-
friends.
I, for one, would like to see that. So, Stu, why don't you kick that off, showing us Die Hard but with sorrow, directing that. Your mind for that. We'll pass on to Mylene, etc., etc. A big round of applause for what you're doing. Hooray!
Stu, what are you doing?
I'm keeping the crows off my cabbage patch the easy way.
Marlene, what are you doing?
Great mime.
Oh. Thanks, Billy. Oh, I'm just applauding this stray dog.
Neil, what are you doing?
Actually, I'm Peter Pan, and I've grown up now, and I'm sick of Tinkerbell, so I've crushed her.
Nami? Well, what are you doing?
Making a delightful pesto.
Ooh.
Gary, what are you doing there, man?
I'm stirring this shit into a paste.
Highbrow.
He's got bigger shits than me.
Stu, what are you doing?
I'm trying to convince the Gap Band to reform.
Marlene, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm asking the rain to go back up into the air so my clothes will dry.
That's how it works in Shetland. Neil, what are you doing?
I'm trying to raise Prince Philip in time for the Queen's speech this year.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock. That's how far we got.
Neil looks like Adam Sandler if Adam Sandler had a rough time. There we go. Raising Prince Philip.
Well, not Billy. Well, what are you doing?
I'm asking God if he can help me remember how to read.
Gary, what are you doing, man?
I'm reciting a love poem to that cloud.
Stu, what are you doing?
I'm uniting Ireland the only way I know how.
And scene. Very good.
That's not going to be a big enough bridge.
I was going to say, we found a line with Prince Philip, and then we catapulted straight over it. Well done, everybody. That was What You Doing. Right, excellent. Our next game is called Topic Bastard. We will take turns to provide statements based on a given topic. This week's topic is things you can say at the football and also the bedroom. So we'd love you guys watching to suggest your own things that you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. Hit us up in the comments and we will read out some favourite ones at the end. Who'd like to start this off? Why don't we start with Gary Dobson? Things you can say at the bedroom and at the football.
I'm familiar with one of those, so that's excellent. Things you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. I look forward to when we change ends, because then I'll be able to see into the box.
Good.
Take that off the list, shall I? Things you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. This will be more difficult now. We're down to only 10 men.
Things you can say at the football and also the bedroom. We're going to have to call it off. It's too wet.
It's too wet.
Not for third
Things you
division,
can-
it's not.
Things you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. Go long! Go long! Why won't you go long?
That's extra catchphrase. Things you can say in the football and also at the bedroom. Tell you what, Clive, you just love to see a man who can dribble. Up the Arsenal.
Whoa. Okay, football, bedroom. Ooh, that cross-come shot just hit the boy right in the face. I'm not
Things
proud.
you could say. Yeah, I know. Things you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. That was illegal, so we'll have to take it again.
Things you can say in the football and also the bedroom. He's dribbling.
Ah.
Oh, that would have been better.
Still very wholesome.
Things you can say at the football and in the bedroom. That's it, just tap it in. Ooh, he's got a soft touch for a big lad, so he does.
Things to say at the football and also in the bedroom. Oh, God. 45 minutes and I haven't stopped moving. Jesus, I'm shattered. Right, that's it. I'm bringing on a substitute. Derek, get up off that bench and finish the job for me, please.
Wow. Things at football, also bedroom. Well, that's the first leg over. The second leg next week will be much more difficult.
Things you say in the bedroom and also at the football. I can't believe he's blown for 90 minutes.
That's a joke. Very good.
That's a real joke.
Things you could say in football and also the bedroom. Anderson is going to do it. He's going to do it. Oh, he can't manage, so he sets it up and he passes it to Henry, and Henry scores. What selfless teamwork.
Things you can say at football and also in the bedroom. On my head, on my head. Oh, I regret that
now. Things to say in the bedroom and also football. Look, you'll know Michael Owen, but would you like a 10 on your back?
Whoa!
Like a 10-inch penis. There you go. Any more?
Yeah, I've got a couple more. These square balls are never going to find their way to the two up top. There's a lot of action down the flank, but very little penetration through the middle. I remember when this whole area was smoking. Or from the perspective of a footballer, even though there was no one near me, I could feel an exquisite stiffening in my groin, and I knew I'd pretty soon need to be pulled off.
Now, are you proud of yourself? I've got a couple more things you can say at the football and also in the bedroom. Well, I've managed to come from behind in a tussle with the Queen of the South. Hard to believe with that level of ball control, he's still only 16 years old.
Oh my god.
Finally, before we start, how about a moment of silence for Prince Philip? And see, I was so high and mighty, and well done, because I descended to your level.
Wow, you've come full circle. Good for you. Any more Mylene or Neil?
Look you in the eyes.
All I had was 2 words. Handball.
Yeah.
I've got a musical one.
Do it.
Something you can sing at the football and also in the bedroom. Who ate all the pie? Who ate all the pie? Oral sex is a two-way thing. You ate all the pie.
We'll be coming. We'll be coming.
And did those feet? Wait a minute. Only one I've got for things you can say in the bedroom in the football is I'm going to fuck this football. Right, James. Any suggestions in the comments of?
Absolutely loads. Yes.
Okay. Any
it's
favourites?
It's my catchphrase. Score.
Good.
Absolutely. He just got his fingertips to that. I like that from.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that pie is rotten.
Oh,
I don't get it.
like a vagina.
Where did you put the orange wedges?
Yeah, you get pies at the football.
yeah.
He slipped and scored at the wrong end.
Ah.
Tori Walker, I
Yeah.
think she's in the wrong group. She says, hey, you know when you're doing your usual threesome thing, you do on a weekend and then the moonlight's bouncing off your heads and your arses and everything. Does that not get a bit confusing? Sorry, Tori, this is Monday Night Improv. This is advice line. He drove that in low and hard. Do we really need a ball boy? David, that was one of my favourites. Yeah, there's just absolute loads.
Can we hear more from Tori, please?
Oh, here's
Chapter
one.
2.
Here's one. What a tackle. There we go.
Yeah.
Like a
had,
penis. Very good.
Yes. Just Fergie time.
Yeah,
we had someone saying that this wasn't for the Americans either, which is wrong because in the bedroom I always like a wide receiver.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh,
yes.
Well, of course.
Yes.
They have a different type of football that's still new and shiny.
Do you know what? There's a tight end joke, and I'm not going to make it.
Moving on.
Raise this back up.
Taking the tone down even further, the next game is called Twat Munch Manor. What's going to happen is Stu is going to be a detective. He's going to leave the stream just now, so he can't hear anything. Everyone say goodbye, Stu.
It's Stuart Murphy. Bye,
He
Stu.
was never seen again. So, Stu is our detective. There has been a murder. Once he comes back, he has to find out what room the murder took place in, the occupation of the murder victim, and what is the murder weapon. We will decide these now. Stu cannot hear any of this, by the way, so he's going to have to guess throughout the scene with subtle clues from us. And they'll have to do it all in just 5 minutes. Now, what we need from you guys watching at home is a suggestion of the murder weapon. It could be anything at all. The murder weapon could be a big knife. It could be a crate of cheese strings. It could be a copy of Home Alone 3 on DVD. Literally anything goes crazy and as weird as you like. Now, I'm going to give Mylene and Neil the murder room and murder victim's occupation, respectively. Mylene, for the room, why don't we go with the room where the body was found? A sexy boudoir. But specifically, it has to be a sexy boudoir.
A boudoir.
A boudoir, yes.
Boudoir.
Okay, while Mylene Googles boudoir, a sexy one of those. Mylene's like,
Don't Google rotten pie while you're there.
That's right. Boudoir.
Neil, for the occupation of the murder victim, I'm going to say a manager at Robert Dias.
Where? Sorry?
Where?
At Robert Dias, the high
I
street
understand
hardware
the
chain.
word boudoir, but what the fuck is Robert?
What's Robert who?
at Robert Dias. Robert Dias, the high street hardware chain. A manager at Robert Dias.
Robert
Robert
Dias?
Dias.
Robert,
Is this like a posh B&Q? I don't.
maybe. We had it in West
Yeah.
London, so maybe it is. You know what?
It might be specific to West London because
Yeah, well, in that case, Stu's going to really struggle. Let's do that. Manager at Robert Dias. And
wow, that's just hard.
okay, I'll be on hand to translate into posh if needed. There we go. There we go. Robert Dias. There you go. See, get your garden ready for spring. Easy.
Is that like a fancy home base or something? Something kind of Marks and Spencer's version of a.
I didn't quite catch it on their webpage there. Where's their closest store to Edinburgh? It's fine. It'll be fine.
It might be West London. You can come round one time for some quinoa, Gary.
I'll bring quinoa and nothing else.
Just so you want to know, it's 82 to 86 Sycamore Road, Amersham.
Amersham. Great. This can only go well. Now we need for I believe yes, we need a suggestion of the murder weapon from the comments. What do we have as a suggestion of the murder weapon?
A barbed wire fence made from old nunchucks. That's strong. From Scott Robertson.
That is strong. It doesn't matter because it's not going to get as far as me in 5 minutes.
Cable
with Tourette's.
I like that.
Excellent. Any more?
A pineapple-shaped eraser.
Good.
Oh.
Excellent.
A bottle
quite like
of
that.
Joe's shattered dreams.
Good.
A ginger cat with psychic powers.
Any of these taking your fancy, Gary?
I like the simplicity of a pineapple-shaped eraser.
Yeah. Lovely. Cool.
I think that's something that isn't location specific to London, and so perhaps we can all play.
Look, all I'm saying is, you're all welcome. So, what room the murder took place in, my lane? That room would be
A sexy boudoir.
And the occupation of the murder victim, Neil.
The manager of a Robert Dwyer's.
Robert.
Some shit like that.
Is it Dias?
Robert Dias.
Dias.
D-Y-A-S. But you know what? If he gets vaguely in the vicinity of posh B&Q, we'll accept it. And Gary, what is the murder weapon?
Oh, a pineapple-shaped eraser.
Holy shit, it's happening. Stu has 5 minutes. Let's bring Stu back in. Good luck, everybody.
Oh, masters! I was just getting clothed and then unclothed and clothed and unclothed again when I found him.
You found him? Oh no! What could have happened there in the changing room?
Excuse me? You uncouth man? Is that what you call it?
I'm sorry, your boudoir.
Oh, not just any boudoir, sir.
Oh,
look at that.
Boudoir.
My Aunt Summer's lingerie and lacy negligee.
I see your lingerie boudoir.
Oh.
Your
No,
chamber
sir.
of unmentionables.
I would say it's a very stimulating boudoir or appealing boudoir.
It's an orgasm room.
What? Sir, first you gotta seduce them.
That's what? Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
the front window of an Amsterdam shop.
stop it, sir. You're a man and I'm a woman, and to have a baby, we'd have.
We'd have a pregnancy dome.
No, before I'm pregnant, we'd have.
The honeymoon suite.
And in it, we'd have.
Sex.
Yes.
Yes. So here I am in the house's sex chamber.
No, boudoir.
The sex boudoir.
But it's you describe it as being sex-like. It's a.
Erotic boudoir.
What comes between D and F in the alphabet?
What?
What comes between D and F in the alphabet?
E. Sexy boudoir.
Hey.
Any other kind of boudoir. What happened here? Who is this person who's dead?
Well, no, I think I may recognize him. I think I may recognize him from an establishment that is only in one specific area near me. Now, if you look at his hands, it seems like he used to be a working man. Maybe he worked in a garden or with tools, but he has since worked his way up to a more authoritative position in
My God.
said employment sector.
He's not a supervising landscape architect.
I mean, he may have done that at one point, but
But he's higher
just by
even
looking
than
at his fingertips, I can tell he's more of an indoors kind of supervisor in that field, so to speak.
he's the head of a removals company.
No, I don't think so.
Interior designer.
No. He may have been involved in design, but more on the kind of manual side of it.
He constructs Goldberg variation things.
I think
machines that
it's more
do
likely, just from the way he's dressed, suggests a position of power where he may have been instructing others to do tool-based garden
workshop
tool
manager.
and housework tool-based.
He's a workshop manager,
retail.
a butler.
In a kind of workshop, but in a retail manner. I think.
He's a supervisor at B&Q.
Yes, but he looks posher than that. Posher to the point where
He's a
most
supervisor.
people wouldn't have heard of this shop.
He's a supervisor at MFI.
A more esteemed kind of.
Harrods, Fortnum and Mason, Marks and Spencers, Jenner's. That's
Go back. Go back. What's the first thing you said?
Harrods.
No. It's like home base, except it's 2 letters.
Well, B&Q.
Yes, and imagine what would B&Q be like if it was a bit higher cultured, a bit more esteemed. How would you describe that B&Q?
An interior fixtures and furnishings.
That's too complicated. Just
A boutique manager, a shop manager.
what manner of voice have I right now?
Posh.
Yes.
So the B&Q is
He's a posh shop manager.
of
Yeah.
Workshop furnishings.
Just hardware.
that's right, the posh B&Q. Well done.
Well. Oh, man, look. Oh, totally, man. Oh, I can see what the murder weapon is here. Oh, he's totally rubbed one out before he died as well. I can't believe.
No.
I can't believe that the circumference of this looks like a fruit that if you leave your fingers in the juice, you lose your fingerprints.
Time's up.
Oh, what a shame. Stu, what do you think the murder weapon might have been?
I'm not entirely sure what the occupation was.
Here, man.
He was the manager of a Robert Dias, or as it's otherwise known, a posh B&Q.
I've never heard of Robert Dias in all my
No one
life.
has.
Look, I think
Only one of us has, Stu.
I think we can all agree that's on me, but we had a lot of fun watching the show.
Will invented a shop, then created a website to prove that it was real. That's what
Right.
happened.
Look, I'll be completely honest. I was pretty sure they're a UK-wide thing. It's only since looking at Google Maps there are none north of Manchester. So I apologise. But I would also...
Okay, so for that particular reason, you've appealed to the viewers from the south. That's fine. I can understand that. But all these people at Yemen were going, "What's a posh B&Q?" I don't know.
In fairness, Stu, you got the words. In fairness, in fairness, you got the words manager, B&Q, and posh, and then abjectly failed to combine them into the same phrase for a minute. So it's on you as well. Richard gets it.
Just put on my yes sticker there. Just for, just for reasons. Just for reasons.
It was a pineapple-shaped eraser, Stu.
A pineapple-shaped eraser. A fuck of a lot more recognisable than a Robert Dias.
My name's Marcus. I work at Robert Dias and I'm gay.
Fuck you,
I
Marcus.
like going out with my friends and playing volleyball. I also like showing our gay and straight.
I don't care what you
so
do.
See, Robert Dias.
I thought it was a garden shop. I didn't even know, and I was there when you described it.
I would like to say this. I regret nothing, and I do it again in a heartbeat. Okay, let's move on.
This would never have happened under Billy.
Well, you're not wrong, but
Right.
in fairness, we've not lost as many viewers as I thought. Right, our next game.
and we've all learned something. Well,
We've all learned something. See, it's not all just about laughs. A lot of it is about Google. Our next game is QVC. We are going to have a presenter, and that presenter is going to be Gary Dobson. Gary Dobson
hello.
is going to be the presenter of a QVC shopping channel, and Marjolaine is going to be the inventor of a brand new product, and everyone else will be phoning in at some point. But from you guys watching at home, we need a suggestion of a made-up product or invention. So hit us up in the comments now. It can be anything you like. It can be weird or as wonderful as you fancy. It could be a toaster that toasts hands. It could be a flamingo that ice skates, or toilet shazer. You can shave your face and wipe your ass at the same time. Literally anything, a made-up product or invention. Hit us up in the comments now. While that's happening, a reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Monday Night Improv, and to follow Monday Night Improv on Facebook. We post content all the time, highlights from previous shows, sketches. So please do like, subscribe. Please, our egos thirst for your attention desperately. James, do we have any?
Sponsored by Robert Dias.
I regret nothing. James, what are the suggestions of a made-up invention?
We have a spearmint rhino from Ashley. A ball polisher from Squilky. What else do we have? We have a parasol with built-in laser gun. Self-destructing mittens. A magic button.
Specific and vague. I like it.
Yes.
Marjolaine, any of these taking your fancy?
Obviously, the magic button.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good.
Well, Gary is going to be the presenter of a shopping channel. Marjolaine is brought on as the inventor of a magic button. The rest of us will ring in with questions, comments, and complaints. So, huge round of applause for QVC. Hooray!
Good afternoon, and that. Good afternoon, and welcome back to the shopping channel, or as we call it, we cry it locally, Fit Like. Welcome back. After that, we've had some offy bonny inventions and deals this morning. Self-rotating tatties, all kinds of stuff. But we've got a brand new one for the next hour. I shouldn't call her that, but she's here in the studio. Welcome along, Singer McCluskey. It's lovely for to have you. And that now you've come up with something that's guy brilliant. Oh, that's awfully good. But I tell you, cry it the magic button. Fits it for and that. Fits it for. Okay.
It's kind of surprising. I was actually in the peat shed getting peats for burning in the fire, and I dug up, and there was bits of machinery, and there were some buttons there, and I thought I could do something with this. So you plug it in your house, and you press it, and there's kind of electromagnetic waves, magic, and it will interact with various things in your house, and then you have a surprise because you think, oh, what electric or magnetic device is turned on now, and you get to walk around your house as long as there's no power cut and see what's magically turned on.
Hang on the new, hang on the new, and that. Just hold your horses. Just hold it right there, man.
Okay.
Are you telling you after telling me that you just press this wee button, and anything can happen about the house? What about the outhooses? What about the glebes? Right, is this just anything can happen? Is it an adventure and a wee button?
Oh nah, no one's got electricity in an outhouse. That's a rich person thing. You kind of just feel around in the dark and hope you've sat on the right thing. But yes, if you plug this in your house and you turn it on, for all you kind, you're toasting air. Or a radio's come on and the wireless is specking and you're not even in the room to listen. Or the box with the folk in it, the televisional set has just come on and it's channel 2. And Doctors is on.
That sounds awfully exciting, especially for those of us that lack a wee bit of excitement. Perhaps our deck of cards got wet. So now we've been selling these all morning. We've been after selling them. Now we've got a few callers crying into the studio and that, which is awfully nice. It's nice. The company's good.
Yeah.
So hang on, there's someone through on line one. That's convenient because that's first.
Hello. Hey, it's me again. You remember me from the morning?
Aye.
soon as you said on your program, we'll be selling the magic buttons. Well, I thought I'll phone in for a wee laugh. And you remember me now, because I
Aye.
phoned in and I said, I hope it makes the wife disappear. And we had like a laugh about that, didn't we?
That's
You
right. You
remember?
said the same yesterday when we were selling a lawnmower.
That's right. I said, I hope it'll make the wife disappear. Your magic button. Well, I got one through the Amazon same day delivery, and thank you for that. And I pressed it, and sure enough, the wife disappeared. And now I'm the subject of a police investigation because they don't believe that the button is magic. Now, I've been pressing the button again and again in the hope of getting my wife back. But I want to know, is it that the button only works once? Or for every time I've pushed it, has other people's wives been disappearing? Because I could be some kind of serial kidnapper and just not know it. That's my first concern. My second concern is, can I have the wife back? Because I don't know how to work the washing machine or the oven, and I'm going to starve to death in my own filth thanks to my own outdated misogyny.
What have I done? It wasn't meant to kill folk. It was meant to just be a funny thing.
It was funny for a while. It was funny for a while. When she disappeared, I laughed. I laughed for a good half hour.
Yeah.
And then for the next hour, I'm not going to lie, I took advantage and I put the snooker on. I don't often get to watch that in my own house. My own house.
Well, I'll say
it's lunchtime and I need her back.
Maybe if you miss her, what you could do is, women go around the house. I'm one of them, and they go around the house and they use lights and they put on kettles and they hair dry their bodies. And I think if you're missing her, just keep pushing that button, and things will go on in the house, and the bills will go on. The oven will surely come on and cook something or air, and you'll feel like she's still there.
That's very wise words there, Singer. Very wise words. That's awfully nice. If that gentleman is the subject of a murder investigation, I would suggest to the police to see how much blood is on that lawnmower. Anyway, we've got line 3. Line 3's coming up. You'd think it would be 2, but no, it's line 3. We've gone from 1 to 3. This is unprecedented. Who's there, please? You're through to me.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello, it's Jack. It's Jack here. Now, you might remember that I bought one magic button for you the other day. I traded it for my best cow. Now, I planted one magic button in my back garden, which has been barren recently. There's been no tatties, no tomatoes. And I look back out the window, and one beanstalk sprouted up into the clouds. Now, it wasn't the best day, but I thought, why no, eh? I climbed up one beanstalk, found a massive house, found a massive golden goose, and I've brought young golden goose back to my house, and I've got this big fella on my case now, and the goose, it will only lay any golden eggs. So my question to you is, how do I get one goose to lay some golden eggs? And if it didn't, well, I got lead poisoning if I put this goose in a pot of soup.
Well, you want to get lead poisoning if what you do for the golden goose is when you kill it, to be sure to break its neck, and immediately you might need to use some kind of metal saw, probably a hacksaw, or maybe even a rip snorter, cut its neck and bleed out the body in the byre, and don't let your wife see. It'll make a terrible mess. And then mind to take out the innards and the puddings, pluck it, and I would roast it for about 3 hours at 180 degrees, or pop it in the oven and push the magic button. But yeah, I that wasn't meant to happen.
you're telling me that wasn't meant to happen. On that subject, what's your suggestion for me to deal with this army of giants that are on my case now? They've been trying to batter my door down with their petitions. I'm a bit feared now, if I'm being honest. Well, I set some mouse traps out.
I would put some slug pellets around the button stock, and I would maybe go to your local councillor and tell him that your new neighbours are being awful invasive. And maybe if there's a community council meeting coming up, you could maybe have ordered that, because it sounds like they're walking through your garden. And
there's some
that's
wise
what
words
I-
again. Some
Yeah.
wise words again, Shenga. If in doubt, take it all the way to the top, to the local council. Oh, if that doesn't get them off their butts, nothing will. Aye, there's nothing like community action. Just like when we lynched that 4-year-old for throwing pebbles.
he deserved
Right.
it.
He did for sure.
The
Now we've got
pebbles
time.
weren't meant to be in the sea. They were meant to be on the beach, no in
Well,
the sea.
If all the pebbles were in the sea, we'd all be underwater. That's what I say. Anyway, now we've got time for one more. We're back to line 2. We're back to line 3. You're through to Fit Light. Hello, caller?
Hello, my name's Colm Hornslayer.
Oh, it's got a Colm Home Slayer.
Yes, Colm,
Right,
the Irish name, and then Hornslayer.
right. Yes, Colm Home Slayer. Welcome to the
Colm
welcome.
Hornslayer.
Congratulations on your lack of vowels. You're through to the studio.
Now, I'm sorry to be a pen pusher, but I'm an interdimensional being. And you have been siphoning magical energy through the space-time continuum. And I do hate to be a pen pusher, but I need to take you to intergalactic prison.
Oh, I think this one's for you, Shenga.
Yep.
Nah. I'm sorry. But I cannot win prison. Because you see, my digital box is full, so I can't fit any more episodes of Emmerdale onto it. So I wouldn't be able to record it. So I can't really. I have to be home every night at 7:00 to see Emmerdale. Otherwise, I want to ken what's happening with the fan. So I wouldn't be able to come until Emmerdale's off the television.
Yeah, well, I'm
So-
really sorry. I do hate to be a pen pusher, but Jared Starmunch, the intergalactic dragon god, really requests that you stop siphoning his magical energy and is going to kidnap you in the next 30 seconds and take you to a sort of interdimensional prison in the cold, dark, infinite vacuum of space. It's the standard punishment you get for siphoning magical energy. I'm very sorry, but you'll be gone within the next 30 seconds.
Well, that's not going to be handy because the lambing is coming up, and if I'm not here for the lambing, and if one of the yows gets into trouble, and their lamb gets stuck inside of her, then I'll have to be there to put my hand up into her anus, and if I'm not able to get the lamb out, then she could be in trouble.
Okay,
And-
but if you keep siphoning magical energy, there we go. It's
Oh,
me,
no,
Colm
oh,
Hornslayer.
Hello, Shenga. Hello, fit. What? Just. Oh, right. She's been turned into a tiny cello by the looks of things. Right. Well, that's all we've got time for on this afternoon show. If you are interested, then purchase the item. Or but maybe don't touch it. That's just good general life advice. It works for buttons and for brides. Join us again after these adverts.
Scene. Mylene's back. Fantastic. I thought you died. Excellent, fantastic.
I liked how we were all regional accents, and then you just went as far away as possible.
Yep. Do my best.
Other dimension.
That's my favorite. One of my favorite county. One of my favorite counties is Another Dimension. Excellent. Well done. Right. Our next game is called Panel of Experts. So from you guys watching, we now need a suggestion of a topic to speak on. Literally anything at all. So it could be the environment, science, whether men should be allowed to wear shoes in public, who drank all the milk in the house, or are spiders real, or whatever. Just literally any topic to speak about. And then we will be presenting a range of viewpoints on it. So Mylene, Stu, and Neil are going to be experts on this topic, speaking with, as I say, a range of different viewpoints. And I'll be the presenter, and Gary will be the audience member asking questions. So James, do we have any suggestions of topics for our panel of experts to speak on?
At the moment, no.
Oh, excellent.
So they're coming in now. Space
there we
Rat Ball Committee.
Say again.
I don't know. Space Rat Ball Committee.
Those are certainly some words strung together in a sentence.
What's under that box? Can men be feminists? Forced sterilisation of weasels. Is teabagging always wrong? The lack of public drinking jelly.
The lack of public drinking jelly. I've got a few over here as well in the YouTube comments. Should Pizza Express be included in rendition requests forms? Why do fannies munch? Should aliens be given the vote on the leader of the Goblin people? Cartoons for adults too. Pooping should be more public. Quite like that one. Quite like that one, actually. Whether mermaids lay eggs to give live birth. Tea, milk in first or last. Does a pineapple shake razor smell like pineapple after you've used it a bit? And raspberries, my favorite topic to speak on. I like all of these, but I'm going to go with pooping should be more public. There we go. So there'll be a range of different viewpoints on that, but the topic is pooping should be more public. So we'll have some theme music. Dum, 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 dum. Welcome. Welcome back to my name's Will. I'll be your presenter, and today we are looking at pooping. Should it be more public? Yay or nay? Obviously, there's a range of different viewpoints at stake here, but since legislation changed recently to allow pooping to be less public, we're going to see what our panel of experts thinks. So first of all, we have the highly sexual and very, very gorgeous Stu Murphy. Hello.
Hi. How sad how far this nation has fallen. We used to, in the olden days, fertilize fields with our poop. We used to welcome returning heroes with it in a sort of arch display of volleyed poo. It was a skill, but it's one that's been lost. How tragic it is that when we as humans feel we have to defecate, we go into a small room, we lock the door, and hide away like it's something to be ashamed of. I yearn for a return to the old days where if someone had a lot of poo they needed to get rid of, they would go to the village green, get everyone gathered around, and they would just let it go in the biggest display they could. There'd be toffee apples for the children, bake sales for the local church. It would be an event, and of course everyone could join in. You would have professional and amateur competitions, and we've lost all that. We've lost touch with our heritage, and in order to regain that, we need to start pooing in public again, which is why I personally like to go to the high street of my local town as often as I can and just crouch and snip one off as often as possible.
Okay. Good.
Does anyone applaud anymore? No. They can't.
Well, let's see what the opposing viewpoint might think. Mylene Robertson.
I couldn't disagree more. I honestly, pooping is, I can't believe we're being so open about it right now. I can't believe we talk about it publicly. I can't believe we talk about doing it publicly. That's just wrong. I can proudly sit here clenched and say I haven't pooped in 37 weeks, and I plan never to do it again. It's a disgusting waste of food, and I just think it should be even more private. When I'm going through the supermarket and I see vulgar toilet tissue, and this is just promoting waste. I see nose tissues, and I think blowing your nose is just a gateway to pooping. No poop. Stop wasting food. Keep it inside.
Good. I mean, yes, blowing your nose is a gateway to pooping. If we allow people to do that, then who knows what could be next? We have nose blowing, then pooping, maybe urination, vomiting, shitting in the streets. It could come full circle. We have a third panelist whose name doesn't appear to be on my list. A third panelist. Yes, hello.
Good evening, I am Falcor, and my opinion, I wouldn't even call it opinion, but my views differ greatly from your two other panelists, and possibly from yourself. I am of the mind that I don't believe poo exists in the first place. I am yet to see one. I have yet to smell one. I'm certainly yet to hear one, so that's only led me to believe that this is a conspiracy set up by the most powerful people in the world to make all of us, the little people, believe that we are in the shit, so to speak. Personally, I have never done a poo. I made sure of that. I stitched that exit up when I was a very young boy. And since then, I have seen no evidence anywhere as to excrement being real whatsoever.
Tragic.
Change my mind.
What a curveball. We do have questions from the audience, I believe. Yes, hello. Yes, sir.
Oh, hello. My name is Davd, like David, but I've dropped a letter for some reason. I'm a self-confessed fecophiliac. I love poop. I think it's brilliant. I think it's wonderful. And I think it should be more public, but I'm find myself struggling to get over that barrier, you know. So what I do is I go out to the woods and that, and I just take a wee shite in the woods, and then I pick it up in one of those doggy poop bags, and then I take it into town. Then I take it. I don't just crap in the street. Then I take it into town and I smear it over traffic crossings and things like that, you know.
Right.
So it's at least I'm getting that kind of public thing. I'm making it more public, but I don't like just dropping trow and doing it because my square balls. I don't mind masturbating because my balls don't show, but in public, like pooping, what I like to do is just like take it into. Where would be a good place to smear my own shit?
Well, first of all, congratulations on taking what is a very big step. I mean, in the society we live in, people who openly poo in the street are ridiculed. It's the last acceptable form of hatred, really.
And yet when you masturbate, people applaud.
Yeah. But what I would do is you have taken, this is not uncommon for people to take that little step of going to, well, in your case, nearby woodland, or maybe their garden, maybe they'll poo in front of close family members or a spouse or children.
I say woodland, it's the Woodland Sports Centre.
Well, however you want to start off, but you must be proud. And
squash courts are quite empty at 2 PM, you know what I mean?
Yeah, stride into town, as you put it, drop trowel and poo wherever you like. You've got to squeeze out of the water closet. You've got to embrace the open air. And as for where you should smear it, pretty much the world is your oyster, but I would, for legal reasons, say do not do it near a school. We're not quite there yet as a society, right. And do not use it to cover up any traffic lights.
What if I'm allergic to shellfish?
I don't know what sort of.
No, you said the world was my oyster.
No, it's a common saying. The world is your oyster. See, what I would like to see is also intelligent people doing this. It doesn't just have to be the gentleman here. We're trying to make it more widespread. I mean, if this gentleman can do it, we can all do it.
Well, let's see if Mylene Robertson has any thoughts on the question.
I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. As soon as we hang up, I'm calling the police on you disgusting man. You said the P word several times. You said smear.
There's nothing wrong with the word smear.
That's right. I mean, are you suggesting that a good place to smear my poop would be the police?
I'm saying that you should take a note out of Falcor's book and stitch up your anus. But I do have to say this about Falcor. About Falcor, I want to warn everybody, for Satan's greatest trick is making you don't believe he exists. And I believe Falcor is some kind of poop demon.
Okay, Falco, how do you respond?
Well, I'd like to say that, first of all, this is a little known fact, but doggy poop bags themselves were actually introduced by Elon Musk, fitted with little tracking devices in each of those little bags just to keep tabs on us. So I would never, ever buy a doggy poop bag if I were you, ever again. It's the deep state defecate. Do not trust them.
Do you know if you sew up your anus with a loose cross stitch, you can poop Toblerone shapes?
Okay, we are almost out of time. We're going to go to our closing statements. Mr. Stuart Murphy?
It's just sad that we have come to this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pooing in the street. We used to be the world leader in growing massive amounts of rhubarb. No more. We simply don't fertilize our own gardens. And that's going to change.
Mylene Robertson?
The world is not made of dirt, of poop, of waste. If the world was covered in waste and poop, nothing would ever grow. We want a world clean of cement, clean of poop. If you're going to keep pooping, the problem is you need to stop eating.
Okay, and dare I ask, Falco?
Don't believe a word that the man says, because the man is talking shite, and shite doesn't exist.
If I shove poop back up my own arse, will I throw up a sandwich?
Join us next week when we'll be asking, is making love in a municipal council hall meeting always a crime? Thanks for tuning in to See you next week. Bye. And scene. Excellent. I feel like we covered all the major issues there. Managed to make a lasting impact. Yay, never-ending story in Falco. References. Is that why it was a swamp of sadness? Too many people pooping outdoors.
That's some next level thinking right there.
It's all connected.
It's made me sad. It's made me sad because now I'm just thinking about that horse. Thanks for that.
Dying in poop.
Yeah, it's even worse now because he's drowning in shit.
Pop culture
Gary in the
references.
background pooping.
Yeah, in the background. Subtle.
Yeah, just like at the stand. Just like during a normal show. Okay, folks, it is time for our final game. But before we do that, hey, we're doing a Zoom show live on Friday, May the 7th, Friday Night Improv, an evening of improvised comedy madness, straight into your house via Zoom. You can see us and we can see you. We can see you. We know what you're doing. We know what you're up to. Stop touching yourself. You can watch your cameras off or on, banter with us, shout your suggestions, or just type them in the Zoom chat. It's like this free show, but it's even more interactive and even more chaotic. Tickets are £5 on sale now through Eventbrite. James will post a link to buy tickets in the comments now. But you come join us. We've already sold loads. The gig is capped at 50 households. So do buy quickly. It'd be a pleasure to see you there. And the last ones were fucking insanity and a huge amount of fun. It'll be a pleasure to see you there. Okay, it is time for our final game. It's World's Worst, where we take it in turns to suggest the world's worst version of a specific subject. This week's subject is World's Worst Birdwatcher. So do hit us up in the comments with your version of World's Worst Birdwatcher. Any suggestions for that? And we'll read some out at the end. But to kick this off, why don't we go with Neil Bratchpiece, World's Worst Birdwatcher.
This would be so much easier if I actually had binoculars and I wasn't blind.
Well, you're taking Mylan's idea there, apparently.
World's worst bird watcher. I used to go out and about doing this hobby, but my old age has precluded me from doing that anymore. So I just hang around the frozen chickens in the supermarket and I've filled my boot. There's another chicken there, look.
World's worst bird watcher. Here in Shetland, we've many ground nesting birds because of the lack of the trees. And because of the lack of predators, we actually have flightless birds. Look, here's one of the most common birds we have in Shetland. And they're quite comfortable near humans. In fact, they can often come quite close to the homestead looking for food. It's a cat.
Not sure what I was expecting. World's worst bird watcher. God, I bloody love bird watching. Well, there's one. Mate, Mate, what's that one? What? A common wood pigeon? Fuck, I've never seen that before. That's fucking amazing. A common wood pigeon? Fuck, are they rare? What's that? In every major town and city in Eurasia. You are fucking shitting me, mate. That is fucking sick. Oh, what are those? Binoculars? You're just making shit up. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, so I've been bird watching an awfully long time now. What's that? Yeah. Storks. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah. Herons. Yeah, I've got loads of herons. Egrets. Oh, egrets. I've had a few. Then again, too few to mention.
Boo.
Boo.
World's worst bird watcher. Chatting. Deed chatting. This is so much quicker when you're doing a battery farm, by the way.
Wow, massive bird. That's probably the biggest bird I've ever seen. Get the book. No, it's a plane. Fuck. Every time.
My God! Yes! A white-tailed eagle! Why, that's the rarest bird in the UK. In fact, they've only returned here after being away for 240 years. Still on 1781, bitch. And I've restored the ecosystem of 2020.
I'm just gonna look at my book of British birds. Blue tit. Sounds like tits. What else have we got? Thrush. Sounds like thrush. Woodpecker. Like a cock. God, I'm alone.
Right.
The worst thing is, I never even thought of woodpecker. That's classic.
I've been bird watching for an awfully long time now. I have. I've had relationships with quite a few of the birds that I've watched over the years. I went out with went out with a swift for a wee while there. Dated a chiff. Went out with a sandpiper for quite a long time there. Quite a long time I was with the sandpiper, but the sex was very one way, and that's the thing with the sandpiper. They can be a very selfish plover. Regrets. I've had a few.
Ooh. Any more for any more?
No, son, just sit quietly. Sit as quietly as you can. Sit quietly as you can and just watch the sky intently. That's what my dad always taught me, and that's what I'm passing down to you now. And if I understand everything my dad taught me, any minute now, these birds are about to get pumped by bees.
World's worst bird watcher. Anybody can watch birds their entire life, but it takes true dedication to spend 40 years watching the same bird. I've been following a starling across the country for 40 years. The same one, I believe. And the worst part is when it migrates, because I have to go to the other end of the world, and in order to not startle it, I have to blend in with the other birds. But I have to say, the last 37 years have been the easiest, because in all that time, that particular bird has not moved. In fact, if anything, it's disintegrated over a period of time, and my travel costs have gone down considerably. The likelihood of it doing anything new is very small. Some of it blew away. And I have had to guard some of it against foxes. But I am going to outlast this bird if it's the last thing I do. No one bring a hose.
Any more? Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. I've seen this bird every day, and I'm hoping you can tell me what it is. Okay, it's just I see it. I see it from my house outside. Yeah, every day. It's huge. But it's just passing by every day. It's really bright, but it doesn't make any kind of call. See. The sun. That's it.
Good. I have one more. World's worst bird watcher. Welcome to bird watching, Cub Scouts. Now, remember, children, much like here in Cub Scouts, when you catch a fish and you then throw the fish in the sea, the same rule applies to bird watching. Once you see a bird, you must catch it and then throw it in the sea. Now, here is an endangered red kite I saw earlier, and then proceeds to catch with a shotgun. It's still breathing and wriggling intermittently, so I've tied its wings and feet together with twine. You want to know how? With a bowline knot. You'll remember that from your knot tying badge. And then we simply stand here on the cliff and forcefully fling it down into the cold, unforgiving ocean beneath. Ha! There we go. Now your turn. In your bags, you'll each find some binoculars, some twine, an M1014 combat shotgun, and a map to the Slimbridge Wetland Centre. You show those swans who's boss.
Well, what I like to do, I've been watching birds for many years now. What I like to do is I follow them out all the way across the countryside, and when they take a poop, I collect it together in a bag. And then once I've got the bags quite full, then I take it into the town centre, and then I smear it on the traffic crossings.
Good. Any final ones? Any more for any more? Any final ones?
What's that? It's giant. It's that giant white bird. Wait a minute. That's not a bird. That's a flying dog. And it's shouting something. A Atreyu? What's that down there? That's a child horse drowning in shit.
And we will end it there. It's all come full circle. That was World's Worst. Hooray! It ended with drowning in shit. And you are all very welcome. Right, that's us done. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a huge pleasure. You can catch us every Monday night here on the Stand Comedy Club's YouTube page or on the Monday Night Improv Facebook page. Same time, 8:30 p.m. every Monday until we die. We do the show for free. And remember, you can support us by buying tickets to our Zoom gig on Friday, May the 7th. Link in the tickets. Tickets. The link for that will be in the comments, words, or again, just go to eventbrite.com and type in Friday Night Improv. And finally, support the Stand Comedy Club. Yeah, we usually do these shows in person the first Monday of every month at the Stand Comedy Club in Glasgow, and you can buy merchandise and show tickets at thestand.co.uk. Buy merch, buy future show tickets, buy from the Stand on Demand, watch their live streams, and keep supporting live comedy until this global bastardry is over. Can we get a huge round of applause for our panel? First of all, our fantastic special guest, Neil Bratchby. Neil, do you have anything to promote or plug?
Yes, I have a nice beard now.
Good. Can we also give a huge hand for Mylene Robertson?
Hey.
There we go. Mylene, do you have... when are you streaming this week, Mylene?
Tomorrow at 7 and Wednesday and Thursday at 8.
Lovely.
Stories, folk tales.
Check it out. Round of applause for Gary Dobson. Round of applause for Stu Murphy. They have nothing to promote, and neither do I.
Nothing to promote.
Apart from Scottish Independent. One, please. And remember, if you learned anything tonight, it's that there is no such thing as a Robert Dias north of Manchester. It's been a huge pleasure. We're going to wave awkwardly goodbye. Bye. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You wanna do something Monday nighter? I've got something for you, hold tighter. It's a show that's unpredictable and fast and improvised by the cast. Monday